gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to day 2. It's day 2 and I'm still breathing hard, but I've just got up to the glassing point. I'm going to keep going. Yesterday I sat in class with Martin, but I'm going to get into position in case he finds something that I want to run down the ridge, so I'm going to head to where I was at last night, or close to it, in hopes that Martin can pick up that big buck again. But another glorious day. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that bright star behind me. I'm not an astrologist or even study stars that much, but I don't know. That's a beautiful star. I don't know which one it is. Yeah, can you guys tell me that direction is east? Look at that. It's bright. Anyway, maybe that will bring me good luck today. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully we continue along this journey together and you guys follow along. I have good feelings about today. Brian and Logan are up in the big basin. Eric went down to set his trail or his tree stand, and it will be me, Joel, and Martin up here on the point. So it should be a phenomenal day. Let's get after it. Day 2. I'm up here on the glassing point by myself. Casey went up below the shooting tree. Joel is up the ridge line getting some elevation. And Eric is, I believe, at his tree stand. He was gone when we woke up. I've got 2 deer spotted above shooting tree. Can't tell what they are yet. It's still super dark. But, morning number 2, Sunday. We'll see what we can turn up.
Morning, guys. We had a pretty eventful couple hours so far. Lots of deer footage, lots of deer action. Hope you enjoyed the footage. We invested in a long lens this year. Logan go into more details of the specifics of the lens, but so far in the few times that we've used it, it's pretty awesome. So 2 nice 4 points in the group. I'd say we saw probably 20-ish deer today. Kind of got messed up a little bit by 3 snarky does. They kind of caught us just before first light. They were just like probably 100 yards away from us. Never smelled us or anything, but they were very interested in what we were, and then did the classic doe deer blowing, just putting all the other deer kind of on alert, on edge. So we hunkered down in this grass, but they kept doing circles trying to catch us moving. That went on for quite a while, so we kind of were out of play where we wanted to be. However, most of the deer fed off the other direction anyway, so I don't think it would have made a huge difference. Got a buddy joining us today, Mr. David Wise. You may know who he is if you're into extreme sports, skiing, things of that nature. He's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. I'm sure he has a laundry list of other hardware that he wraps around his neck, but does a lot of the half pipe, slope style, big air type stuff, and is also a very passionate outdoorsman, so does a ton of hunting, fishing, and he's supposed to be joining us at some point. We shared our OnX waypoint with him probably like a week ago, and also the track of how to get to our camp. So hopefully he'll show up at some point today, and then we'll have one other guy up here that has a tag and can shoot a deer. I've been watching these bucks though. The 2 nice bucks split apart. I've got the better buck in this clump of aspens. I'm pretty confident that's what they're going to bed down, and it's similar to what where they were last night. So I feel good about an evening ambush possibly, but I've just been watching them. Every now and again you get a glimpse of them going through the aspens, but I don't suspect they're going to come out of that group. So that's our update, guys. I hope Casey and Eric and Joel and Martin and the boys have had some action themselves. The cell service here really sucks, so we haven't had much communication with them. It's 8:25 a.m. The hunt's kind of done. Doesn't really get good until 6 p.m. What's the guy to do?
Well, I'm in location. You saw just two little bucks. Kind of where I was last night. If you just watched yesterday's video, we had the giant buck right here. Awesome, Casey. Good job filming. What's going on here? Here we go. We had the big buck right here last night. A lot of times they like to feed over like these bucks did. Feed over into this big basin. So I'm kind of in a little cutoff spot. But as you see, those deer went high. But this is kind of just where I'm going to base right now. Just going to set up and wait and see what Martin sees. Joel's back up here. So we're just, it's always a guessing game where these deer are going to end up. Like I said, the big buck was there last night. Who knows where he'll be, but I just want to be close. So if Martin sees him up here or back there, like, I'm not far away. Here's to big deer making mistakes today. Cheers, fellers.
Did he see you or something?
No, they kept looking back straight south. I figured they were looking at Joel. I've been sitting under this aspen. They just came running out of the shady tree. That's the buck who came in here to kill. He was right there where we thought he'd be. Got him just running through there. I was set up perfectly. They had to have been just right here. And I think Joel came into the basin because he was going after another buck. We never saw the big one. Joel just went to make a stalk on the other one. The big buck ran out. Martin couldn't see him from where he was at. I don't think he's too spooked. He's right on the skyline. I'm sure you can see him. They don't know I'm here though. Right there. Well, I'm just going to sit here and wait. He might walk down that ridge line and then bed where he bedded yesterday. I don't know. So he just went up right here. Last night he was right here in his bed. So he's up there probably milling around. I'm going to cruise over to where they were at last night and just get set up. They might come in bed. I don't know. They don't know I'm here though. They were watching Joel or somebody else. So I'm going to beeline it over there. Wow. I just got my butt kicked by that hill. But I made it to where I want to be. So the buck this morning crossed up there. But last night he was bedded down here and he crossed his saddle right here. What I'm thinking is bed on this north edge until the sun gets on that side. And then he'll come over on the south side right where he was at last night. And bed because this side will be shaded once the sun obviously hits over there. It's a play. We've seen this buck twice now on this side the last 2 evenings, so I think he'll come back tonight. I don't think he was too pumped this morning. But I'm going to sit here. Martin's up on the knob glass, and so he'll be able to let me know if he crosses below me or above me. But I might just spend the whole day out here. I want to kill this buck, but I also don't want to hike all the way back to camp and then hike right back here, so I'll probably do an all dayer out here today.
Alright guys, welcome back to the evening hunt. Like we mentioned this morning, we have a friend and a guest joining us today. Logan and I haven't been able to get it done in the high country, so we called in a professional athlete to see if maybe he can help us get it done.
Sometimes the greats deliver under the biggest of circumstances.
Starting it off, going huge, and then into the left side, double cork 12. David is putting it down in run 3. The right 1080, had problems with that in run 1. And then the switch left, double 1080. What does he have at the bottom? A right side, double cork 1260, and David puts it down in run 3.
On the score 97.20 with the mouth of the
absolute insanity.
True story,
Yeah,
right?
this is the type of terrain that I do most of my best work in. So.
That's right. So, like we mentioned earlier, Dave is a professional skier. Besides the gold medals, what other fancy awards have you won? Got to be some X Games stuff, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, won the X Games a couple times. Couple world records.
For those
throwing my carcass around.
For those viewers that are not as familiar with what you do for a living, walk them through the technical terminology of what you do, and then what's your favorite trick, maneuver?
Okay. Well, I compete regularly in half-pipe skiing. I started out as a mogul skier, competed in aerials along the way, and kind of settled on the new school X Games, tour style of events, and really fell in love with half-pipe, and fortunately was able to be part of the first ever U.S. Olympic team that got to go to half-pipe for skiing, and have gone to the Olympics twice now.
Pretty awesome.
In terms of technical terminology, man.
Yeah, what's your favorite trick? I know there's got to be a good one that's just like...
My favorite trick of all time, just on skis, period, is backflip. Because it's just like, you can do it on anything, anywhere, especially on a powder day. I try to do as many backflips as I can in any given day. But that's just on skis. In the half-pipe, I would say it's a trick called an alley-oop flat spin 5.
See, I knew you'd have something good for us. So like we also said, aside from the skiing, which is truly a full-time job, he's training right now for the 22 Olympics, which would be your third round. Yeah. And so it's kind of interesting if, I don't know too many Olympic athletes, but literally trains year-round for that one chance in 4 years to qualify for the team and then be fortunate enough to compete in the Olympics and try to win a medal. But aside from all that, he actually really is passionate about hunting and the outdoors. So he's joining us on this deer hunt. We've been friends for a few years now. We were introduced through our buddies at First Lite, and with any luck, we're going to try to get him slid in on that nice 4-point that Logan and I have been following around. So hopefully Dave can put an arrow in his Utah deer this year.
I would like that.
That's the plan.
Similarly to how when people watch my sport in the Olympics and they're like, man, I can't even fathom how hard that is, because it's just 3 levels beyond me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like what I can provide for the people is, like, you guys hunt a lot, and so you get really excited about, like, oh, that buck is not, he just doesn't get me excited.
Yeah.
But
true.
I'm sure a lot of your viewers watch some of the deer that you look at, and you're like, eh.
Sure.
And they're like, ooh, I'd love to shoot that deer.
Yeah.
I'm that guy. If there's a deer with a nice set of horns on him, I will shoot at it.
That's right. We always say you got to shoot what gets you excited, right? And
just about everything gets me excited,
which is fantastic. I think he brings up a great point. If you're limited to time to be able to hunt and you only have 1 week, maybe, by all means, fill your tag. But again, if you're just in a position where maybe you have a little more time, you want to be more picky, like, we support all of it. Mm-hmm. Whatever makes you happy. I'm going to do my best to put Logie and I in a position to have him get a shot at this deer. So I think we have a good plan. I bedded him this morning in this grove of aspens. Last night we kind of saw what their pattern was coming out of the aspens, so we're going to try to intercept them. Wish us luck.
I haven't seen it from this angle for a while. You can see where I was yesterday, where that big buck went up. Where will he be tonight, Chad?
That's the question.
These dang deer, dude. I was just walking down thinking, when it comes to this spot, I don't think we've ever just got lucky. Like, every single opportunity we've had was earned.
Just making things happen.
I don't think any of us have, like, lucked into something. It's all been strategy here.
Yeah. Well, we got some strategy tonight.
Yeah, we got good strategy. If we stuck to this morning and night, like, someone get a chance for sure. So I'm gonna go to shoot a tree. You gonna come with? Or like start heading
thinking
up?
I'm gonna go up with you, and then when you cut down to the shooter, I'm gonna stay up high.
Cool.
So I can catch something that's on the spine.
Alright, do what you do best, Chag.
Yeah, I'll glass
them up.
I'll hit you with the text if I see anything.
Okay, let's do this. Cool.
Hey guys.
Later, man.
was with the big 4-point this morning. Martin thinks he found the other 2-point that was with the 4-point this morning, and he's ways away. And the duck's going down. Buck just running up the trail and stopped. He was trying to get my man. Man, he was 15 yards. That came down below me. But once he got past me, I was like, that's fine. That big buck will keep coming. But I don't think he was with it. Dang it. Alright, we're sending him off. He got his sneaky shoes on. He's gonna go be real sneaky. Try to get staged. There's actually a handful of deers. 2 more does I just saw on the hillside now too. Plus the 4-point plus a smaller buck. So we're gonna go see if we can get him in position to get a shot on the 4-point. Good luck, homie. Thanks, buddy. Good play. Well, it's just about 6 o'clock now. No updates. No deer in the basin. But we got the GoPro set up. It's just gonna kind of be facing me if I get a shot. Got the bow ready. Binos. So, just sitting and waiting. Typically, if these deer hit this ridge, I see them pretty quick. If they come on that ridge. Doesn't take long for me to pick them out, so let's just hope they show up before it's dark. You never know where they're gonna pop out. That was the 2-point that's been running with the big buck. He decided to bounce out, but I think they'll come back. That's a good sign. It's exciting. That was a big bull, like 40 yards. Maybe that's why the buck went back in. She ran over here. That was cool, man. Why couldn't that have been a big 6-point? High country elk, that would have been fun. Wow, that was pretty cool still. Exit, right? I would say, yeah. Dude, damn it, smoking elk. Bed right there. She's gonna die if we don't bump her.
Well, in the most unusual turn of events, guys, we sent Dave after that 4-point buck, and he freaking just shot a cow elk. which he is so excited about because he is running low on meat, and kind of like he said earlier, he's really loves hunting for the meat aspect, and he and his family have a little farm, and they're really trying to be like off-grid living. So Logan and I had the pleasure to watch that elk kind of come down, and she expired in a pretty amazing place. So we're gonna head down there and go meet up with Dave and go cut up our first animal of the year. I can tell you that of all the years we've hunted up here, I've never seen an elk this high on the mountainside this time of year. So it was super random, but I know Dave is pumped. So that's why you carry an elk tag and a deer tag in your pocket, just for that occasion. He literally was saying how he was planning to come back here later in the year and try to find like a cow elk just to get for the freezer. So pretty dang cool, and legitimately so conveniently close to camp. So let's go find this cow elk and go meet up with Dave. He's gonna be so excited.
Oh, the whole crew made it.
Wowzers. It's a long day. Have you heard from V-Mac?
Nope. I texted him earlier, he didn't reply.
It's like 3 headlines down there, like searching for something.
Yeah, I saw that. Way over there.
Spin around looking at the ground. Well, could have shot a cow elk.
That's cool.
I got video of that elk, dude. It was running up and it cut right above me at 30 yards and it stopped. So I took some photos and stuff, but got some video of it was like breathing and his tongue was like
Oh, that's
it just
cool.
gassed across that
Yeah,
basin.
she didn't want to be in the
She did
open.
not. She did, like, she hit the ridge and was
What?
like, I'm dropping in.
Why are they so scared up here?
That's like, oh my god, she going X game mode. Dropping in.
Dropping in.
I don't know, dude. These elk don't like to be out in the open.
Yeah, you're so scared.
I've seen a bull do that a couple times, so it could happen.
Yeah.
You think they like get bumped or something?
The times
They
I've
just
seen
don't
them,
like
they're just
being in the
naturally
open.
coming from that spot, and they'll usually funnel down. Like, she went across. They've usually gone down.
That's so insane. If you told me that I would be standing over an elk right now at the beginning of this day, I would tell you were lying. That's crazy. Oh man. The only thing I like more than hunting elk is eating elk. Even though this means this is the end of my Utah elk hunting for the year. It means it's just the beginning of my Utah elk eating for the year. I just can't believe, I'm like,
Dude.
mine is blown.
That is awesome.
I can't believe this. This is an elk,
Yeah.
and we get to eat it. That's still pretty lungy.
Dude, congratulations, man.
How cool is that?
I don't believe it. You know how some days you just like get that feeling like I'm gonna shoot something today. I had that feeling today, but that deer was like sitting there 250 yards away from me,
Yeah,
not trying to get shot at.
so loud.
So wild.
Well, guys, it's August 16th, and we're cutting up an elk. Those are two things you don't normally hear. Super weird. I'm still a bit of a state of shock, but it's a hunter's choice elk tag that Dave had, and like we said earlier, he's looking for elk meat, and this came out of nowhere. Talking to Casey and Eric and Joel, it sounds like everybody saw this cow. So there's a bit of a story there that we don't have all the details to yet, but I gotta love cutting up an elk.
How we feeling, Dave?
Yeah, it was a hunter's choice elk tag, and I chose this elk right here. I'm stoked.
Anytime, Luke.
Remember, Dave, this is a real serious show.
I'm putting my serious face
No
on. Right?
messing
Hold on,
around.
wait, pause. No, don't stop the recording. Okay, I'm ready.
How's it going, all you cool cats and kittens? We're back at camp, episode 3, Logie Bear's Backcountry Bakery, where you know the rules. We don't bake, we just cook backcountry meals. We've got a guest tonight, Mr. David Wise. Why don't you introduce yourself to the folks at home?
Hey there. I enjoy backcountry meals, and I'm a human named David Wise.
It's a great show for you to be on.
Today I shot an elk, and so we're going to compound the deliciousness,
Look at this.
the deliciosity of this peak refuel that I'm trying for the first time with some fresh cut elk.
If you guys remember last night's episode, I burned my leg with boiling water. The food turned out to be like a Play-Doh. It's a real bad experience. Tonight, it's gonna really flip around. I'm going with Chad Money Mendez Peak Refuel. This is the elk ragu pasta. What better thing to pair than some fresh elk? What else you got for the folks to get the pan ready?
Well, we don't have a skillet and butter, which is obviously the best. But we got this large
Camp Chef striker.
Camp Chef, and I have some pocket bacon, which is one of my favorite snacks for out here. So we're gonna start with pocket bacon, get a little oil in the bottom of the pan. I also have some pepper jack cheese. Now, the pepper jack cheese melted a little bit, so you know the little wax paper that goes in the middle? It's in there somewhere.
Oh, sweet.
So we're just gonna cook that in with it. It should be fine.
Okay, cool. We're having bacon, pepper jack, fresh elk steak. It's gonna be a little addition, a little extra protein, extra nutrients, and our peak refuels. Woo! Little fireworks show.
Still got my facial hair, but just barely.
Watch those eyebrows.
Yeah.
This thing gets hot quick.
There's really not a regulator on there, no.
Does it work? Does the regulator work, or is it just all on?
I think it's just all on. It's 100 or nothing.
There we go. That's a little better.
We gotta save this a little bit. Yeah, we gotta save this quick.
We gotta save.
Things are going south
We got
fast.
a situation.
A little bit of water in there, cool things down.
Yeah. It's gonna help us find the.
These are getting better by the night.
You really are.
All right.
So we got our baste in
We
there.
have our baste. I like your. That's a very culinary word. Do you want to keep the hairs in the elk, or?
I mean, at this point, you know, Dave, I think we're good with whatever, man.
All right.
I think it'll bring out the consistency of the wax paper.
Let's do this.
Dump that bad boy in there. A little extra salt in there. Recipe calls for 2 iodized salt packets, 1 pepper packet. I like your technique there. I like the handle, spoon, the fireworks at home. I think that meat's probably done, huh?
Yeah, let's send it.
I know we started a little shaky, but we're gonna finish strong. Look at that. That is some fresh bacon, elk, little meat bites. Might be hot, caution. Did you get a piece of elk in there?
Uh-huh. That's like a Backcountry 8 or 9.
8 or 9, high
up there.
ratings.
Yeah.
Highest rating we've had on the show so far was a 7.9. Fresh elk. All around, pretty dang good.
I think once you dilute it into this thing, it's just gonna seem like it just goes.
You know what I'm saying? You want one? Here, Dave, one of my tortillas? Yeah, dude, I'll take one. Check this out. Boom.
I'm gonna make a burrito, actually.
Yeah, you make an enchilada tower out of those. Elk in the elk ragu pasta, 8.7, but that was delicious.
Glad to hear it.
Thank you so much, David Wise. Dave, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me, man.
We're gonna throw this in our peak refuels, get you chowing, but seriously guys, thanks for watching today's video. Episode 3 of BSY 3.0. Real action-packed day today. I don't think anybody saw that coming. But make sure to subscribe if you guys aren't already. Hit that bell notification, and as always, we'll see you tomorrow.